Yo, yo, yo.
Hey.
What's up, Mrs. Berry?
What's up, Mr. Berry?
The weather is kind of gloomy and doomy out there, but that's just how it looks.
I'm just happy we got electricity, y'all.
I'm just happy that I water. Well, I'm kind of unhappy that I got there and really watered for like 30 minutes just for it to rain. Like I didn't check no weather. So it's been an experience of a week so far. Today is Wednesday?
Ooh, it's been a week. It's been a day. It sure has.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
It's always a good thing when, man, I love your energy today. Like, you've brought me from feeling, I feel like I've been, doing a million tasks and it's just been overwhelming. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of came in today with that energy and kind of got me boosted.
Hey, that's what I like to hear, babes. We always do that, though. We compliment each other. So, when you need me, I'm there to pick you up. When I need you, the same, vice versa. And so I'm just glad to be able to do that.
Especially, I've been a little grumpy all week. My apologies.
You've been tuned in. I know you by now. We about to be 12 years in on July the 9th.
Oh, dang, that's in 4 days. What?
My husband didn't know we about to be 12 years in, y'all.
Man, just after a while, I'll just be like, I still be telling people I'm 40. I just don't. It's not that I just not intentionally. Just sometimes I just be forgetting. Like, man,
life just be lifing. I mean, time be moving.
Like, just trying to figure out the days. Like, I got the dates down. I know what date it is, but the day I'd be like, I don't know what day it is.
Right.
But I got tasks to do. I got like 100 of them. We got like 100 tasks we need to do, and it's exciting and it's scary. It's frustrating. It's tedious, but it's all necessary to build. Crystal shares, Crystal Berry Farms,
Have y'all ever heard the saying, to get something that you've never had, you're going to have to do some things you've never done? Well, guess what? That's what we doing. We working it out. We figuring it out one day, one moment at a time. And
doing things you never done, seems exciting. It's only exciting like after you've, started. But that first day, that anxiety, those fears of doing something like the first day on a new job, and you don't know what to do yet, man.
See, for me, it's such a mixture. It's like excitement, nervousness, joy, a little bit of fear of the unknown, all kind of wrapped up together to, like you said, this ball of emotions.
No, let me tell you about Mrs. Berry here. It don't matter how extreme the thing is, she gonna say yes right there, right away. And then
panic the hour before.
And then when it's time to do it, boom, she'll get there. But it's just the in between be throwing her for fits. Even I'll be like, man, you done this 1,000 times. You can do this. Me, on the other hand, I have the anxiety about the question, and I'll wait a week to answer the question. And then I'll kind of get over it after that point because I've already stressed about everything.
While we sitting here talking, it made me realize that one of the keys to me being where I am right now, making it as far as I've made it in life, coming from the background that I've come from, is because I've been willing to just jump in, roll my sleeves up, and do what needs to be done.
Man, I used to get frustrated. This woman, she'll jump into an opportunity without, weighing it out and making sure. But that I've learned that's been the key this whole time. Like, I should just, I had to learn to let her, because she can see it. She has the vision. I'm more the one that I can help develop the vision. But when she has that vision, I've learned to let her have the vision, and I go to work on it. She has the vision, lay it out, I build it. That's
what you call magic.
Yeah.
It's like us manifesting in real time. I'm able to get it out of my mind in a way where my husband can receive it and literally build it and make it happen in real life. And that's the garden, Crystal Berry Farms.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit yesterday, but I didn't. But that's perfect because now I get to talk about it here on the podcast. My husband shared with me the way he came up with the name Crystal Berry Farms, because I was really wondering why he named this Crystal Berry Farms. And he's the one that's doing all the, the labor intensive, putting his hard work and everything into it for these last 3 years. And when he told me, y'all, it touched my heart. I was like, oh, I love this man. What did you say, babe? So I'm gonna let you say it.
It's just, let's go back. Let's take it back to 9th grade.
In 1995.
Dang.
That's not the exact right year, y'all, but that's right around.
Anybody under 30 just cut us off. Okay, now we got the mature people in here. I came into McLean. I didn't do no schedule. I don't know who did the schedule. I think they just threw us a schedule. And one of my classes was an agriculture class. I don't think I even knew what the heck agriculture was. And somehow I ended up in this thing called the short story. Somehow I ended up in this thing called Future Farmers of America. And we'll go look at land judging contests, like cow judging contests, and how to see if your soil is good for farming and all of that, and I was just so engaged into that type of lifestyle, as a 15-year-old, ever old at 9th grade, and coming from a hood where, man, ain't nobody farmed in my hood. So, we all got all our food from the convenience store and whatnot. So, long story short, the guy who was teaching the class, which was, very influential, this was a white dude at a hood school, he dipped. I don't know what happened. Just one day he was not there no more. He probably said, F it, I'm done dealing with these kids that don't want to do nothing. But I was really engaged, and I didn't like the other teacher from the other class because, he probably was kind of douchey. We always kind of thought he was racist, even though he probably wasn't. That's just what, man, in the hood, you think every white person's racist when you never left the hood. So neither here nor there. I didn't go there, and whatever. Long story short, I've always told my wife I was in the Future Farmers of America. I should have been an agricultural engineer and blah, blah, blah. And, after about, 9-10 years, on a whim, I think she forgot to use a discount on something. So she went back in the store, came out with a plant. I was like, what the heck she buy a plant for? Why, whatever. It's just like, get the plant home. And all of a sudden, like, dang, this plant needs some water. I guess I'll put some water. And then a new leaf sprout, and you're just like, what the heck? Did I do that? Did I do that? And it's just from then on, and thousands of dollars more. I've been gardening for this my 4th season now.
And him ready to stop multiple times.
Oh my gosh,
him giving up on it. That plant dead. I'm like, no, baby, wait a minute, give it a minute. Let's be patient. Let's see. And that's what I love about life. You can look, a situation can look like it's dead. Something can look like it's not growing, like it's stagnant, but it's still doing something, even in the dark, like those seeds in the soil. So even when he would think stuff was dead, I would say, just wait, baby, don't throw it out. He wait, and then there it goes. And he's like, I'm glad I saved it. And that just gave him that extra confidence and encouragement he needed to keep on building. And I saw that in him, and I saw how much he loved it. He took that plant, y'all, and took care of it like a baby. I'm like, okay, he always talking about agriculture. Let me see. And so I brought the plant, and I just said, I'm gonna bring it. And so I just started buying plants. When I go to Sprouts or when I go Home Depot, anywhere like that, I would just pick up a plant and bring it home, and he'll take it and just take care of it.
Yep.
And then I think the ultimate thing was when I bought him that greenhouse. I bought him his first greenhouse for Father's Day in 2023. When I got him that, it was all over. It took a life of his own. He just went on and did his thing. And fun fact, I was the first one to plant stuff in the yard. I just threw seeds out there, and
Did you say, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, no. Did you say in 2023?
No, 2020, y'all. 2020.
They gonna be like,
I
man.
thought he was about to call me out about planting. Even though he is the master gardener, I was the first one to plant the seeds out there.
I'm over here thinking,
and
like,
with him.
Our listeners gonna be like, man, y'all just started last month.
Nah, y'all. I mean, 2023. That's the year that we started. We went plant-based.
No, 2020. Why do you keep saying 2023?
Y'all, 2023 is the year. It's like, it paved in my mind. I can't even say a different year. 2020. Yeah. Now 2023, all these things have been happening.
You know why you can't say 2020? Because it almost like 2020 was a fake year. People just like wrote off 2020.
It's like a blip. Like, what happened?
That's a fact. But that was our year of awakening. This desire that we want this, and this. You know how you ever heard somebody say, man, when I win the lottery, and they ain't never played the lottery? That's what we realized. Like, we talk about, we want to be this. We want to start our own business. We want this. But why we ain't?
Right. What are we going to do? What are we doing to do it? What effort are we putting into it? So we had to start somewhere. But babe, you still didn't even finish telling the story behind the name.
I told y'all the rabbit holes.
Hey, I just redirected you just for this.
Sometimes I forget this mic is even on, and we just really this is how we get to communicate.
That's how we start. That's how this podcast was birthed.
Yeah.
Because we realized that when we talk, the magic happens. I'm telling y'all, this man unlocked some stuff in me that I did not know existed to help me be who I am today. Like, it was in there, but I didn't know it. He saw it before I did. Just like he said with me, being able to see that, the gardening and agriculture was something that he could do. He had never really tried. He experienced it through class, but to experience it in real life was a different story. And I was able to see that. And I am so thankful that I could,
Oh, yeah. And back to, okay, sorry, my apologies before I interrupted the whole thing. Back to, it was in 2020, right? When you got me the greenhouse. The greenhouse that's broken, sitting right next to the house that's still right here. I refused. No. I forgot.
It already.
I've used the original one. The plastic and all that went down. Some of the bars broke. That's my tomato cage. It's able to house our tomatoes and, have a, some for it to hold on to and as it goes up. Because tomatoes can grow tall, but they don't have no strength to stand on their own. You got to actually stake them properly. So that old greenhouse is still being used. Ever since you got that greenhouse, that has been that's like being like, dang, I can do more. And then anytime I've wanted to give up, she's right there like, what? Giving a fuck.
He said, I'm not going to grow watermelons because we have to fight everything for those watermelons. I'm like, oh no, we love watermelons too much for you to give up and not figure out how to get us some watermelons. And he went back to the drawing board and he's still working on growing us some watermelons, y'all.
So she's always there like, I'll pull and store it over. That's my thing. I always store it over from scratch if I see something that's not going right. And she's taught me that, hey, if you just wait a little bit, it'll be worth it. You can continue, for moving without starting from the ground up, So she's gave me that patience, which in turn gave me more patience for my children and gave me more patience for her. So, and I'm still working on more patience for you people out there. Because, that's still to be determined. But as far as with her, it's like I realized like, oh, dang. Just because we are two different people don't mean we have to work against each other,
It don't mean we have to be the same. That's what I had to figure out. That just because he operates different and thinks differently than me, I can't force my views or who I am on him. That's what makes us so strong together, because he brings him to the table and I bring me. And we all know when you put two people under the same roof, it don't matter if they twins. You're going to have disagreements. Yeah. It's just the way you deal with those disagreements and realizing that we are a team and that we working together and not against each other, and we can agree to disagree and still love each other all the same. Yep. It's been a process.
So the truth of the matter is, there isn't no me being patient and me being positive without the garden, and there wouldn't be no gardening without Crystal. So there's no DJ Phillips gardening, therefore there is no Crystal Berry Farms or any farms without Crystal Berry.
Yeah, it almost bring a tear to my eye every time he says that. That's so sweet. And I just found this out a few days ago because I decided to ask him, why did you not? Because my daughter, our daughter was so frustrated with the farm being Crystal Berry Farms.
Daddy, oh my goodness.
Why would name it Crystal Berry Farms? But you do the gardening. Why is it Crystal? Why is it Crystal? And I wanted to know myself. So I asked my husband, and his answer really, really, man, it put the icing on the cake. It made me love him even more.
I be telling my wife, like, I don't really volunteer a lot of stuff because unless it just comes to mind. But if you ask me,
Crystal Berry Farms, I did not know that.
She know people always like, oh, Crystal Berry, that's a beautiful name on top of other things too. So,
oh yeah, y'all, we got it. So we got the trademark in the process. So yes, that name is taken. Just letting it be known.
Oh, I got to do that right now. But hey, man, this to speak on our, Crystal Shares, formerly Crystal Shares Consulting LLC. Crystal Shares is in the last part of getting our trademark completed. We started it And I'm telling you, it is not for the impatient.
Not for the faint at heart.
No.
And not for the cheap either. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just saying you're going to have to spend money. When I say you got to invest in yourself at every level.
It's like the starting price. If you do it yourself, if you know how to do it, like if you're a professional, you can do the $250. But I don't want to do that because I want to allow mistakes. So we did the $350. For the federal trademark. And then 18 to 20 months later, they just like, oh, yeah, you got this allegation of use. That's an additional 100. I mean, it's not like make or break you, but still, it's just like, man, the government gonna get. And then you're paying this money hoping that they'll accept it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. They still got to do searches. You got to give time for people to come up and say if they already have rights to it. Yes. It's a lot. It's a whole process.
That's the stress part about it. It's one thing if I knew I could pay $500 and it's gonna be there. Cool, because whatever, it may take a long time, but to take 20 months now and still not, it's still waiting for them to be like, okay, but we're in the final stage now. We just gotta tell them our use, and they're gonna accept it. Or do we have to pay another 100? I will hopefully that and not start from the beginning. But it's a process. It's not like I said. I've noticed more than anything. There's some people that can have overnight success, and that's just a unicorn.
That's usually not the way it happens.
That's the unicorn people, because unicorn people do exist. There's people that sit outside.
I don't really believe that there's necessarily overnight success, because even if you get the success and the money, you can lose it the same way you got it if you're not ready to receive it.
Well, as far as, let's talk about I'm talking about like America's view of success.
Gotcha.
Some people one night, this next morning, lottery. That's
that's instantaneous. But have you seen how many people end up going back broke after winning millions of dollars?
Like 90%, 95% of them.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
And you know what? I used to always be like, how does somebody do that? I would have did the same thing because I didn't understand what finances were. I didn't understand. We always think like, I'll just put all this money in the bank and then I'll just draw a piece each month. What about when you want to buy $1 million house? You're gonna take out that $1 million. What about when you want
to take trips? Yeah, you do all these things that cost extra money above and beyond what you put aside.
You're gonna be taking that money, and if you're smart, you might have an accountant, but the accountant's smarter than you, so they're gonna be taking that money, and you ain't never keep. Man, it's crazy out there, and that's why I used to always I tell my wife like, no, man. If once we get once we whatever the bag or however it be, I want to take care of our own money. And at least know what our money is before we hand it off to someone else to take care of our money.
Yeah, my husband forces me to grow. I promise you, even with technology, y'all know him. He can build a computer. He can design anything. He can figure anything out. And I used to think of myself as just like an educational, book smart person, but I knew my way around technology enough to write my papers and, search and do my research and all that type of stuff. But he's taught me how to use the internet and technology as a for real tool to complement myself in my other areas. Yeah. And because of him, man, I do stuff and people be like, oh, who did that for you? How much did you pay? I'll be like, I did. Yeah. I did it. Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah. Anything on Crystal shares is Crystal's creations. I might come in and do something from time to time. That's just when she's, out and about and can't do it. But that's like less than 1% of the time. She's doing her own. She's getting in Canva. So you need to teach a Canva class out here.
Hey, let's talk about ChatGPT and talk about easy diffusion. Oh my gosh. My husband has me in there, y'all. I was at the build program, the build day, where it was a 24-hour day where you get to pitch and build your plan and your idea. And they taught the creatives, because they split us up by creatives. They split us up by technical and archetype. Man. Archetype is the builder, the creator is the visionary, and the techie, self-explanatory. Gonna know how to build up all the stuff, the systems and all that. And the class, she taught us about using Midjourney. I knew what she was talking about. I understood the prompts. I understood exactly what was happening because guess what? My husband already put me on it and made me learn it, even though I ignored him for months. I finally listened.
Man,
I thank God. I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner?
I be telling this woman like, man, you need to learn how to do this yourself. And as soon as she finally, after the months and the months,
Same here.
Man, we both be stubborn in our own right. That's a fact.
But when we come around, we come around.
And then when we come around, we are thankful for one another. I tell my wife all the time, I'm so thankful that you this, because without this, I wouldn't be this. And it's just, you got to come back, even though I probably fussed and I like ignored, like the same, I like, you talk about that again? I'll do that. That's me. But when I finally see, she, anyways, I don't want to tell too many about secrets.
I'm curious. That's what you was about to say.
Well, I guess they're my secrets because I don't ever think to. I don't know. I'm not. If you know me personally, I'm not a mush guy. I can be mushy, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I like your mush.
She like my mush. I do have my mushy modes.
Like to say my big teddy bear. Like so cuddly and sweet, but at the same time, boy, you better not cross him. Because, yeah. You wouldn't be able to. Yep.
I ain't gonna do nothing to you.
Not to me, but I'm saying.
I'm talking to people who.
No, nobody, but just, just because you laid back and quiet. And like I said, my cuddly bear or whatever, I'm just letting people know that bark is not even nothing compared to the bite if you have to. And he won't bite, y'all. But I'm just saying.
But I would instigate the hell out of a situation.
Yeah, he gonna ask the right questions. He gonna have you thinking, have you stumbling over your words, trying to figure out how to answer. Like, what now? He is that inquisitive, deep thinker person.
I'm like, I instigate and then I agitate. That is like my powers. Like I would bring anybody unstable. And I'm stopping that. So I will unstable anybody. I don't care what it is, and it'll be in such a assholery way. Like I don't.
Y'all, look, this one situation, I'm gonna say when my husband works his magic, because I told you he be so laid back, and he don't be all excitable about things like me. If he have emotions, he be keeping it to himself, and so I be thinking I'm out here just extreme. But he knows how to handle stuff. He don't have to do all that extra emotion and stuff like that, or show his hand, but he handles it. One time we rented a car for me to go to Arkansas when my mom was in the hospital. And we rented it booked it 3 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And went up there for me to get the car. Yeah. I go up in there. The woman wouldn't even look at my face, y'all. And the line was so long. And I get up there and they're like, we can't help you. All our cars are booked out and blah, blah, blah. And then he booked it. So then she was even going to go one more step further. And we can't help you anyways because your name is not the name on the reservation. He was right in the car. I went out there. I was frustrated. I was about to ready to leave. He said, hold on. I'll be right back. He came back out there. He had keys to a brand new van. I had like a 2021 van, like brand new, town and country. He went up in there and came out so fast. I was like, what happened? They was ignoring me.
Because I tell my wife the superpower is asking people questions because people hate to be questioned. And you look them dead in their eye. And this black lady that worked at MetLife, I hope I remember her name. I believe her name is Karen. She taught me the art of nice nasty. I can say things to you in a way that's direct, straight to the core, no chaser, in a proper way that won't upset you. That may make you a little uneasy. I am a big dude, so maybe I'm full of it.
See, with me, I use my words like, especially professional places that want to treat. They see me, they're like, oh, this young girl, she don't know nothing. This black girl, she don't know nothing. And I like them to think that because then I read them a new one, and I usually, if I have to go there, then I usually get accommodated because I'm respectful, but I'm going to use my words and tell you in a nice way, professional way, I'm gonna read you your rights. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah.
My wife has a way of when it's something like, let me no, I'm not gonna do it.
No,
like
go ahead. I don't care. We here.
Let somebody mess up her order.
Oh no.
That is the scariest person I know right there.
I tip y'all very well. Don't be scared.
No. I'm saying my wife to me is the scary. When somebody mess up that order, like after we get home, I'm scared to be in the house. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about at the restaurant. You're very nice, but let the DoorDash, baby, like, I'm about to do a review. Like, no. They didn't make the food. The DoorDash dude didn't do it.
Y'all, I got over 20K views on my Google 20K views on my Google reviews, man. I'm pretty feisty with the word and the pen.
Some of these places don't realize I'll be saving their lives out here, like, cause
I get people be coming to me for my reviews and my opinions, y'all.
Because she
I'm gonna be honest.
She don't be rude in her reviews, so therefore people are, you know. Anytime I see a review of like a 1-star and I go on the thing and the people is rude, I'm like, oh, I can't trust. I think they're just a rude person that likes to be rude. But Crystal be like that nice nasty, where you tell what your situation, what your anticipations were, all of that. You give the story about it and you make it engaging to something that can harm a company. Not saying that's what we try to do. I'm just saying she doesn't do it often. I'm just saying
you get disrespected.
The disrespected one, disrespectful
I can't
ones.
Tolerate or stand disrespect.
And then we'll never eat that again. Instead of,
right,
some
lose
people,
our business.
Yeah.
You'd rather lose our business as continuing customers. If y'all don't know, most businesses don't become successful by new customers. They become successful by making their new customers returning customers.
Yes.
Because they're the ones that'll spend the most money with you, because they're not going to buy from you if they don't like you, they don't know you, or they don't trust you.
Small business owners, please cater to your ones that come back too.
It would be in your best interest to show your customers that they mean something to you, because they'll keep showing back up.
Like, don't move. Some of these big companies, they only care about new people. You only get a new line. You get this free phone, but a new line. Like, I already got 4 lines with y'all. Why do we have to have another line, like, to get that benefit? We've been with y'all for 20 years, like crazy. But yeah, anyway, that's a whole nother story. I'm not even gonna get. We need to have a section where I just go on a rant that no one cares about.
Hey.
I will rant to my wife about stuff, and then I'll always end it. But no one cares about that. It's irrelevant. Just just for that moment. So she has to deal with that.
Yeah. Well, y'all, I want to tell you thank you so much for the support and blowing up our spot. We started this out of a passion, out of just wanting to share with other people the magic that we experience together when we're talking in our quiet time behind closed doors, because we talk about a lot of valuable things that can help a lot of people.
Man.
And so I wanted to thank y'all for rocking with us, man. We have people watching us from the Philippines. The Philippines is the second highest listener.
Which is crazy outside of the U.S.
Yeah, outside the U.S. We have like 4 countries. We have Africa, we have the Philippines, we have the U.S.
You said the country of Africa.
Oh my Lord. The continent.
I know.
My husband like to do me like that, y'all.
I'm sorry. You got me more of an active listener now, so now I'm like, I hear everything.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I meant. We have people outside of the U.S., another continent. Other countries, other continents. I mean, this is like, wow, we started this together.
I got the ancestry back. It came back, that Nigerian.
It's growing, y'all. Y'all are supporting us, and I thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, man. I'm excited.
What I was thinking, this is me. I like what if situations. Like, what if we just got like famous in the Philippines only?
That would be interesting.
I'm most definitely moving to the Philippines, because that would be
at least having a second home there.
Man, I'm gonna be a first home. If we have to have United States as a second home to get away from people. To have to go to the United States so people won't know you is crazy.
Wow.
But that's just.
Oh yeah, I spoke this morning. I'm excited. I put it out there. A year ago, I was very nervous and too afraid to get in front of people and speak.
Who are you today?
I joined Toastmasters. I built up my skill. I built up my confidence. And I built up my leadership.
And let me say, can I say another thing that you might not say that I think what you built up?
Sure.
You built up your understanding that you can't be great on day 1.
Yeah, y'all. It's hard when you're a perfectionist.
Man.
And, you used to getting all A's. You used to being stellar, doing the top at anything
used to getting effortless A's, might I add. Effortless.
He talking too much, y'all. No. But yeah, was used to getting A's, even top performing in the Marine Corps on the physical ability test, running, 21-minute 3 miles for the physical fitness test, all of those type of things. I was used to performing at the top in everything that I do. And so it was a challenge to be challenged
Yeah.
to do something and walk away not feeling like I was good at it.
And
Then it made me question if I was able to do it.
Might I add, there's no challenge like the real world.
Oh, say that, baby.
I know
Say
our
that.
listeners all know, because within our age range, we're kind of hitting that them thinkers, people, in my 20s, I wasn't much of a thinker. I was just like, hey, what are we gonna do? But now it's into that thinking and, not only thinking, but processing. I was always an overthinker, but now when I started overthinking and like processes that I want to conquer or whatever, I don't know if anybody understand that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna get off that.
Oh. But yeah, I spoke today and it was a paid gig.
Yeah.
Y'all, I got paid pretty nice for 20 minutes.
Dang.
All I had to do was speak for 20 minutes. And it hit different when you've been working on something that you struggle with, that you know you needed to improve, and somebody hit you up on LinkedIn, like, how much do you charge to speak?
So you're a professional?
And yes, I am a professional.
dang.
You give your prices and they like, okay, we only need you for 20. You tell them your 30-minute price. They like, oh, we only need you for 20 minutes, so that's fine. And they give you the price that you asked for 30 minutes for 20 minutes without even questioning.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different feeling. I don't have to beg anybody.
You was giving them price like you was gonna do. You could do an hour or something. They was like, oh, only 20 minutes. You was like, okay, that's even better.
Right. And I'm like, okay, say less, because it hit different, y'all. I don't have to beg. I mean, don't believe the hype. Some of these, people out here, they make you feel like you got to get online and beg every day and blow people up all the time. Yeah, yes, marketing is important. But guess what else is important? Showing up, being valuable, bringing something valuable to the table. And when you can do that, people will pay you. You don't have to beg. You bring the value, people know.
And when you start realizing, when you start really looking into like even Tulsa alone, there is way too much opportunities even in Tulsa alone to even worry about outside of Tulsa right now.
People are thirsty, y'all. I spoke at 7 a.m. in Owasso this morning. Do y'all hear me? 7 a.m.
People was there.
So it took me to leave out the house at 6 a.m. to get there to speak. People bright and early there after the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the 4th of July.
You right.
People were popping fireworks to 12, 1 o'clock a.m. People were probably hungover, drunk. But the ones that were thirsty, the go-getters, guess where they were at? Front and center at this networking meeting for small and local business owners. And I was the paid guest speaker. Oh my gosh.
I used to always think, that people were just lucky.
It's not about luck.
It's not.
It's about effort.
And I always thought like,
and belief.
And I always thought like, the foreigners that come over here and they get everything. Oh, have you seen these foreigners, how hungry they are? They're not an American type of hunger. I need to get it. They're like, I'm going to get it by any means. I'm about to get it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I don't care. It's not too hard. It's not too much. It's not too long.
Like when you're in the tech field and I do a lot dealing with, this AI, I'm trying to learn it and try to get a handle on what the next wave of, because obviously this is going to be biggest internet. It almost is as far as hype right now, but not many people know about it yet.
Right, this is the ground floor right now.
But these Indian guys in India, I'm learning like everything I'm learning is like from these dudes, and they're probably in poor countries. Some of these, India's a lot of poor people, and the grind and hunger for their understanding is just insane, for the thirst. And then for them to put out tutorials where I'm learning, I was like, these dudes, they got the hunger. I'm like, if I don't have that type of hunger, and if that type of hunger, they can make it over here easily. They just can't afford to get over here.
Right. Well, one of my first classes that I paid to take, first mentors, it was a 6-week class. And this person, her and her husband, they're from Haiti. And so you would never know. They were so eloquent. They were so well versed. They knew systems. They knew the platform. They knew CRM. They knew automation. They knew the emailing system. They knew Canva. They taught me Canva.
Man,
I learned quite a bit from them. And she was so confident. I love that.
And it's just what's crazy is like the country, we in the country that we have access to everything, and we learning stuff from the foreigners. If you're learning, people don't even realize that. If you're learning anything, it's probably coming from the foreigners because they're hungry.
Yep, because like with my mentor, with this person, she came over here as an exchange student, her and her husband. And as soon as she got pregnant, she said she was put out and she was homeless, pregnant with a new baby. No, as soon as the baby was born.
Yeah.
Homeless with a new baby. I'm like, oh my God. And they figured it out. She started out knocking door to door to, try to sell t-shirts or anything to make money to cover the bills.
Man, if you go door to door, that's a nasty type of.
Now you would never know that because she's a beast.
Grind.
She's a beast.
Yeah.
When you hear her, she will get you in there. And her program is not cheap at all. No. But she worked. She shows her journey. She didn't start there, and she was from another country. And it's like the thirst is so. It ain't so hungry.
When you're born in some of these countries that don't have the infrastructure or the opportunities to even, like, most of these countries, you start poor, you end poor because there's no way for you to come out of it. That's how some of these African countries are. So when you see these African folks, not the ones that claim they're princes and all that, the ones with money, the ones that's got to grind, they're a different type of hungry. I see sometimes they look at us and be like, y'all got these opportunities already and y'all haven't took advantage. That's kind of how they be looking at us sometimes. Ain't because they just jealous of this and that. I mean, in a way, kids be jealousy too, but sometimes you be like, dang, y'all got the opportunities to do anything. Like, that one woman say on that thing, like, you can be an idiot, come over here and be rich.
That's amazing, y'all. I'm learning so much. It's like, I understand that saying that you can get 3 years worth of work done in 6 months when you are intentional and focused, laser focused. I'm understanding because I'm the type of person that's all over the place. It's hard for me to focus sometimes, but it's finally starting to come together and make sense. And it's just because I'm getting over myself.
Yeah.
I'm facing my fears.
Yes.
I'm being uncomfortable. I'm facing my depression.
Yeah.
I'm facing all of it. I'm not letting it win anymore. I let it win for so long. I could have been doing this a long time ago, but it wasn't time.
You know why? Because, you are the type, you spend your whole life investing in other people, right? Mm-hmm. Your time, your energy, your money. And really in 2020, you started to say, hey, I'm investing in myself. Yeah. You invested in yourself. Yeah. And, it's not always just about money because, man, there's a rabbit hole YouTube of information for anything if you want to just learn to do something new that you've never done before. It's out there to even maybe if you just think about it, just go learn about something that you dream about. Just go learn, spend however much a day, just learn a little bit about it. It might develop into a passion, Mm-hmm. But what does investing in yourself mean to you?
I believe that investing in yourself means to commit to growth.
Yeah.
And that's in any way possible. It can be financial, it can be time-wise, it can be education-wise, it can be emotional-wise,
It could be something like, let's say, for instance, if you want to start doing your own taxes, mm-hmm. you can learn that. You can learn that easily,
Yeah, it might.
Something so simple.
It won't be easy, but you can easily get that information. And once you commit to learning it, then you can learn.
I said a bad word.
That's not a bad word.
No, easy.
Easily. It's easily found. I'll say the information is easily found.
I don't usually say.
No, he always give me. You always think something easy. Stop saying easy.
I only know easy. I say easy with taxes because that's what I learned a long time ago.
That's
so
easy for him,
and just do it every year.
Right.
So, but my bad. Easy is a bad word because easy would have you feeling
No,
defeated.
I say easy. That's the only way I talk myself into doing some crazy stuff that benefited me. Because I say ahead of time, that's easy. But then when I get there and I do it, I'll be like, oh my gosh, even before I get there.
And I tell her, it gets easier.
I spook myself, but so when I do it, it's never as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Because right before, that's when the reality hit me. Just like with the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
All the people I was meeting at the airport, on the plane and stuff, I was so scared. I was like, are y'all scared? They'll be like, no. I was like, I'm so nervous. I'm so scared. That's what I was telling people.
Oh, dang.
As soon as we got off until one of the bases off the public airplane and went to a base, which we got on a military airplane from there to fly to Paris Island. But we got off there and we were still in our civilian clothes and everything. And they were hollering at us. Put your hair in a ponytail, not on your shoulders. Tuck your shirt in. You ain't no civilian. Blah, 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 blah. And then the girl next to me gonna pull my shirt. I was like, huh? You know, I really didn't want to say nothing because she's like, I'm scared. I was like, right. I knew what we was about to do. And I really wasn't scared there because I had already overhyped it in my head. So, yeah.
Let me tell you, I guarantee you when she signed up for the Marines, she didn't think about it. She thought about it in between.
I was in the program for a year. I was in the program for a year.
You thought about it in between the sign up and then when it was time to roll.
Fun fact. I backed out. I graduated June 8th. I was supposed to leave July 7th for the Marine Corps.
They be taking babies in the Marine Corps. That's crazy.
I backed out, right?
Yeah.
And I ended up going October 24th that same year. But I did back out. I considered what I was doing. I changed my mind.
No, I'm saying after you signed up is what I'm saying. Is when you thought
when
about
I got on them yellow...
You signed up for stuff without thinking about it.
When I got on them yellow footprints, that's when I was like, oh my God, what did I do? You ain't at home
but
no more.
You already had signed up at that point. I'm just saying when
that's when it really registered.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. They'd be like, here's the Marines. You'll sign up for the Marines right there and not think about it at all until after you sign. And that's what I'm saying.
Actually one decision I thought about for years. I was in Marine Corps Junior ROTC. I was a drill sergeant in the ROTC program, Junior ROTC. We got to travel, Fort Knox, Kentucky. We got to go lots of places. I got to go to military bases, see how they live. Yeah. Got to eat in the chow halls. I got to do all that. I experienced the military before going, kinda.
No. I'm not talking about the TV. Hey, be in the military. I'm talking about the other side of the military, what the actual military is for. You didn't think about that part.
I ain't realized that until I'm good and grown.
That's what I'm saying.
Even after I was out.
I'm talking about, people always think about the military, the basic training. I'm talking about, no, what about when you get sent? What about this?
Or you get orders that you don't even know what it's about.
You were literally in the military during September 11th.
I was.
So I'm just like, you couldn't know where you could thought about that. We might go to war type of stuff. You never, you know what I'm saying?
But the crazy thing about it is they train you in a way where you that's what you're ready for. You almost like, okay, you better send me with my team, send me with my people, because that's the way you're trained. That's what you're trained to do.
I think you don't know.
You don't realize it until afterwards. That's why we have so many people with PTSD and so many soldiers that, or troops or Marines or whatever that end up taking their lives after the fact because it don't hit you until after you've done it.
I think when you sign up for it, you don't think about it.
You're young,
when you get there,
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed as they call it, rosy-colored cheeks. You don't realize.
Unless you grew up in the military family. Now, I think those who grew up in military families,
even then, there's so many people that did 20 years in the military and never saw real action. You know what I'm saying? So it's very
military is more than just wars.
Right, it's more than just wars. That's what I'm saying. Some people have a pampered life in the military. Some people, their children want to go because they don't even realize that it is another side to the military.
I think me personally, I think the worst side of the military would be having to do with fresh recruits.
Really?
To babysit these adults.
But that would probably be like where I would thrive because I'm a trainer.
Yelling at these,
I'm a coach. Man, I used to want to be a drill instructor. I practiced. That's what I wanted to do. I even got to do.
Crystal, baby, stop the cap. I know how you, people.
But when I was in there, you know me now.
Having to babysit kid. You think you was a tolerance for babysitting grown kids? No. You would end up being angry like they be, not because you want to. I think that turns you angry. How do you just be so cool yelling at people, strangers?
I know. I saw somebody get choked. I ain't even lying.
Yeah.
We got up in the morning and this person was such a prissy girl. Such a prissy Marine. She was so girly. And I was like, how did she end up here?
It's like, but them drill dudes are like the first level management in a corporation. They're the angriest.
But you got to go through more training than anybody else to get that position.
Yeah, but I understand. But I'm saying you deal with everybody's BS.
Yeah, from the top and the bottom.
The people who didn't think about joining the military.
You're responsible for training them. And if they come out wrong, you're going to be held responsible. I didn't think about all that too.
Oh my goodness. You like the first level manager in the corporation. You are necessary. You may be the most necessary, but you the crappiest job, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
I forgot what I was saying.
And some of them old dudes, they're too old. Well, I won't. You know what? Let me tell you another thing. This is my experience. Due to Crystal being in the military, I took a VA work study with the what was it? The clinic.
Yeah, at the VA clinic.
The VA clinic, and I'm thinking only old dudes go to war. That was not true during the Iraq
Most of them be young people, the ones that just getting out of boot camp.
I'm sitting at the front desk and these dudes registering for, I forgot what they called it because it's been a lot of years.
Operation Iraqi Freedom?
No, it was something called there at the place. When you've been over there during the Iraq war, you come back and you register to this place. These are new, fresh dudes. How many old bearded dudes, like easily was probably in their 40s at the time. Like, 50. I've seen some white haired dudes. Like these are Iraq war vets. Let me know, like, man,
they say military people age in dog years.
That too, but these dudes were actually, older gentlemen.
Okay. Yeah. They were older. Okay, but they say like because of the stress, your body, you look older, just your body wears down faster because of the impact that you're putting on your body. Oh my goodness. You're a machine. You're a human, like literally, if you think about it, you're a human machine.
And another thing is, I'm gonna tell you this, growing up in the hood, there's some scary dudes. Being me at the VA, because I was out at the front, I didn't have the button to push for when someone's agitated. A veteran who's frustrated about the care he's not receiving, that gave up his mental for a war,
and then nobody cares,
is a different type of unhinged that it's very, uncomfortably. Like I'm a big dude, but I'm not a trained killer that knows how. He probably could take me down in a second, like no matter what my side. So trying to provide and try to have an understanding, but still telling like, hey, I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to sign up to this.
Like
it's above me right now. You're going to have to contact. It was always contact somebody else in the VA, but
it's the runaround. Just like in the military, y'all know, any of my military veterans or anybody in the military, y'all know it's the hurry up and wait. That's the whole military life. You better have some patience. If you don't have it, you going to get some because you going to wait.
And another thing from being in the VA, it seemed like there's no sympathy in the VA for the veterans. You want to know why? Because the workers are veterans too. A lot of these workers are veterans too. So they don't have the sympathies like I would have for a veteran who's having PTSD. Because they may feel like I was in the military too. I went to Vietnam too. Why it's just that type of different.
And this is where, you can hear probably me and my husband differing views a little bit. And I seem to look at things, sometimes I see things differently. I didn't necessarily think that the people don't care about them. I do now more so, but experiencing it, I didn't feel like they weren't caring about the veterans. I actually feel like Oklahoma is one of the best places for veterans. They take better care here.
Facts.
I've lived in Chicago. I've lived in California.
You know how people be like they have a privilege. She had an awesome doctor all these years.
Yeah, and I'm still with the same doctor. Thank God, because she knows my history. She cares about me.
You changed teams for a second, and what you didn't like it one bit.
They recommended go to be on the women's team. We got teams specifically for the women. Went to the women's team. I fell through the cracks, So I went back to the doctor that I had because she worked for me and she cared about me and I felt seen. So I went back to her and I've been blessed because I know a lot of people that are veterans do not feel seen, when they're going through.
Facts.
And that's one of the things that I want to do too, try to create some type of program, resource where you can, or just have some type of newsletter to let veterans know where they need to go to do this and do that. Because one of the hardest things for me was getting out of the Marine Corps feeling lost. I didn't know how to operate in this world anymore.
I don't think the VA sends a lot of mail. A newsletter is not
nothing
one of them.
Impactful. I mean, they have an online newsletter.
I mean, but think about this.
But it's not.
What about these old veterans who don't care about these Vietnam vets don't care about no
there's
internet.
There's a lot of holes. Yeah. I mean, I won't sit up and tear apart the system right here.
No.
But I will say there's a lot of holes and room for improvement. That's what I'm about, looking for the problems and where the solution. How to fix it.
Some of these vets don't even know they can go online and get all of their records.
But a lot of veterans, they won't even go get benefits. They know they can because they having issues mentally, physically.
It ain't about pride.
They're not even going to get care through the VA or benefits because I don't know if it's pride or if they're ashamed or I don't know what the case is, but I know that a lot of them don't. And I know especially for a lot of the Black older veterans because they had so many issues getting their benefits back in the 60s.
Especially dealing with the government
back then. And so a lot of them, they like whatever. They not even gonna deal with
at
the
this
government.
Point. They were like,
they just like, I'll just let it go.
Or they put the government as a monster and it's going to attacking you directly.
All you gotta really do is just go through the process, fill out the paperwork, keep records of everything. Keep your records of everything.
And man, a lot of times they'll even back pay you from when you first filed stuff.
If you got
your records and proof.
You gotta have proof.
That's
because
the thing.
You can't just be like, blah, blah, blah. Have proof. Or if you don't have proof, sometimes, don't let me discourage you. Sometimes if you don't have like medical records written down, because a lot of records did get destroyed, you can still go back and track your timeline and what happened when. If you can do that and have anybody to corroborate your story, then you might be able to still
and then another thing, I think a lot of people who always say, oh, I can't find my stuff, they can't find it. A lot of times there's services out here that cost money. That's all, money. And they'll find your records. So there's somebody go and actually find, because they know where to find. So man, if you're not even, at least as a last draw, use these services that you pay to find your records. Because man, I realize we treat money like it's like a guide or whatever, even though we won't say that, but money is really just a tool. And a lot of these situations, you can buy yourself out of, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Like if you can't find your records and you haven't went to wherever the National Archive of Records and this, pay someone to do it. If you can.
Not being insensitive.
No, not being insensitive, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not about incentive. I'm saying, do you really want these records?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, what you willing?
You gonna find a way.
What you willing to do?
Because we were saying, like, people that not being funny. Some people that always complain about being broke, they sure gonna have on the new Jordans. Yeah. They're gonna have the best hair. They're gonna have all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Which is cool if you feel like
that's
you need.
Fine. But I'm just saying, don't sit up and complain because you put your money where you want to. You say you don't have enough money to afford to pay for something like you say, to get your records, but you got money to pay for these other things. That's all a choice. It's a choice.
And just like,
what's your priority?
It get to the point in the life, like go back to be like, well, what was my dreams? Like, what do I want to do? Like, I mean, stuff might be cool. Like money might be cool. Job might be cool and all that might be cool. But does that apply with what your values and what your dreams are? Like, the goal should not be just to have the right amount of money. Yes, have the right amount of money, but also do something that you like, dang, like I can't wait to hit to the office tomorrow so we can work on that acquisition with this.
What brings you joy?
Yeah.
What brings you passion? What do you get excited thinking about?
Yeah.
Like, what do you like to do? Who do you like to help? Where's your heart?
Yeah.
What moves you? What's your why?
And I know a lot of people still have them dreams, because I could tell from when you go to social media and someone has doing those, something extravagant that you always want to do, and you see all the comments like, oh, I love that so much. All these people had people still have these dreams, and it's just not saying everybody can just do something right away. That's the thing. It's not. It starts with with one thing, One
thing that I love about social media, like it can be a big time waster or a distraction, but you can use it as a positive tool as well. And so many people have gotten a platform to get their passions out, to get motivated to do what they love. And they realize people will connect with you over anything. Yeah. What do you say? They might have a chess playing military veteran women's group over in
very niche down the specific
over in Wyoming. And
it's gonna be popping.
It's gonna be like, okay, y'all here? That's okay. I'm there. You'll find your people when you learn how to be specific and who you're talking to, who you working with, what your problem solves or who you want to connect with. That helps solve most of the problem. You just have to niche it down all the way down.
Because, man, when we think about it, this is, man, I realize a lot of stuff. I understand now. When you always hear the cliche it's because the answer was just really simple answers.
You're overthinking it.
There's 8 billion people in this world.
From an overthinker.
There's something for everybody. There's a group. There's your people. It might not be the people around you that you was born into area of that, because that's just, but there is a community of people like you, no matter how weird or how outgoing you are.
You know how you find that community? You find out what you like. You have to learn yourself.
You gotta see
when you're comfortable with you know what you like, you know who you want to be around, you know what you'll accept and what you won't accept, and you won't apologize for it. Yep. So take the time to find you, find your purpose, find your why, and all the rest of that stuff will come together for you. But you just gotta take that time to invest in yourself, even if that time is just researching and studying and reflecting on your own self to find out who you are and what you like.
Yeah. And just one thing, we can really wrap up.
Yeah. I think we didn't share it enough and overshare enough gems today.
And just the last thing about the social media, when it can be a waste of time. And this might go into a mini rant about, you know, people saying that the Chinese is putting this in your feed. No, or you're following, you're looking at stuff that's putting that stuff into your feed. Like I started zero and I wanted to know everything I could about gardening. So I follow everyone who's a gardener, even pages 100 times better than me. Cause it's like, you know, if you go to my first videos to now, you see better, you see me more comfortable. It's just I've learned that the growth, the marathon part, that, you know, it's not a fast thing.
It takes time, dedication, and just, you know, confidence. You gotta believe that even if you don't have it, that don't mean anything, because if you don't have it, you can always get it. You can always learn it. Or you can hire somebody to do it. It don't matter. Man,
I'm telling you, the people with the money, they hire everybody to do everything. That's why they don't have to, you be like, they don't work hard. They don't have to.
Yeah, because you know, no one person knows everything. And what they say is you double down in your area of strength and your expertise, and you hire your weaknesses. You're not going to try to learn all your weaknesses.
Say. You hire your weaknesses. Yeah.
You can pay them, and they can do it well. You can pay them to do it well.
Yep. Or at least, man, because a lot of times when we'll purchase like graphics, our logo or whatever Crystal shares in the, I don't know what we're going to call it, flower, just say flower right now. But we pay for that. But, you know, we able to expound on that into a whole bunch of designs, especially, our shirts. So, you know, for our shirts that's coming out, you'll see
be on the lookout, y'all.
I want to call it like an infinity flower, but that don't really make sense because it ain't no real infinity, but I don't know.
It's a becoming, because it represents growth. It represents
becoming
education.
Flower.
Yeah, becoming flower. Because it represents growth, education, learning, self-development, professional development, and community engagement.
But if you check out at Crystal Shares, at DJ Phillips Gardening, at Crystal Berry Farms, you'll see our first designs for our shirts that will be coming out. And of course, you know, we're gonna be using the profits to fund Crystal Berry Farms, to expand Crystal Shares, and just to expand even, you know, podcasts, just the whole.
It's a movement.
It's a movement. It is Crystal Shares. And check us out, crystalshares.com, and, you know, holler.
Good night.